Bava Yerushalmi, Daf Chavov, by the Mishnah Halacha Ches, a third of the way down. So the Mishnah gets a spark. She Yatzmitachas a patch comes out from under a hammer. Yatzav Hizik, and it goes out and causes damage. Chayev. You should have been more careful. Gomel, if you have a camel Shutam Pishtons carrying flax, Rabim, and it's going through Rishas Rabim, and the Pishton goes into. Right, it goes. The guy overloaded his camel so much that the pishtan that he's carrying goes into the chanus. V'dalka b'neiru shel chavani, and it catches fire from the ner that's inside the store from the chamani. V'hidlik asabira, and that causes a house, and that in turn, that fire that now was set by the candle of the chamani to the flax, now the flax, it causes a house to catch on fire. Balagomel chayiv, because he should have been more careful not to overload his camel. However, the Chemini left in there outside the store, then in that case, the Chemini Chayv, Yudaime, B'ner Chanukah Potter, B'ner Chanukah, because he asked you a mitzvah, Rabbi Yehuda holds you Potter. So the Gemara gets a Yotzin Tachas Patrish v'chule, Tan Rabbi Yehuda B'ner Chanukah Potter, B'nei Shur Shus, because it's a mitzvah, v'chachamim, Rabbi Benkach, Benkach, Chayev, going Elu, Shein Oisen Sukkos, Bepischich, Yoseihem, Bechag, the people who put up a sukkah outside their store, on the sidewalk in front of the store on Sukkahs, because it's a mitzvah. In other words, they have permission to do it because it's a mitzvah. And someone else comes and is injured by the sukkah, chayiv, they are chayiv, because even though you're a mitzvah, you have to be careful to make sure people don't get damaged by it, and the same thing would apply by Ner Chanukah. Hanelach perka kanis son lode, hadlach perka kanis son lode, hadlach perka kanis son lode. Pankton dalig perik meruva midas tashul me kefel midas tashul me vachamisha. Shemidas tashul me kefel nehegas bedav shesh beruach chayim bedav shem beruach chayim. Kefel is naik, whether it's a live being or it's an inanimate object. Midas tashul me abav chamisha, however, in a negas el b'shav sepel vad. Shneimah says in the pasuk, ish shar eseb goimer. Fine. So therefore, it's meruvat mitas tashlomi kefil because there's more instances of being chayv kefil. Ein gova chaganam misham tashlomi kefil. Someone who steals from a ganev, right? Someone who steals from a ganev doesn't pay kefil. V'lo tevech, v'lo moichach ganev. Someone comes and shechts, so sells the animal. Misham tashlomi chabov chamisha either if it's from a ganev, only directly from the owner, as the Bnei Moshe brings down, says, "We're going to be base ish." You have to, in order to chayav the kefil or above chamisha, it's going to be base ish, not be base haganav. Merub mitas tushum mekayif el menon teisi lo. How do you know to marbe about that it's balachayim? So mimi motzi timotzi biyode gneve misharet chamor at se, as I state in pasuk. Eli elu shav chamor v'se. That's what it says. Shav chamor v'se. Kshuoy mechayim l'rabes kol balachayim. That's not only is it limited to a shav chamor v'se, it's all balachayim. Hagneva, when it says hagneva, right, right. Himotzi timotzi biyode gneva is that's really l'rabes some metaltlin. Okay, so now it's like the Marveloma Shav Chamor v'se. Why do I say this? Im davar sheyesh by hanolim is beyach. This Neil Shav. So now, Tani Rabbi Shmuel. So reason we need all three because obviously it's not only come to tell me that chai for things that could be carbonis, because then why would I have chamar there? So Zot Rabbi Shmuel Yotzu Kakor She'em Metaltalin. It's coming to exclude Kakois. Obviously, Kak is not Metaltalin. Yotzu Avodim She'em Lachot Behen El Tashmish. And it comes to exclude avodim that all you have is a right to use them. The Ritva says we're talking about over here in Eved Ivri that you're not kind of his guf. They have no intrinsic value. All it is a proof. So those are excluded from keifel. And that's why I have shor chamar and set. Fine. Rabbi Yavo Shol Lam Lo Sheninu Shemidas V'Shum Keifel Neheges B'Toin Tanis Ganev and B'Shutfin. Ashen came to Shum V'Chamisha. When we say there's another case that you have of keifel, and that's B'Toin Tanis Ganev. Kain that you don't have above chamisha. The alva is not noy by shutfim or toin tanis ganim. But Tani is it if I tell we're going to base a ish. Pray to understand what does it mean. V'loim base isha. So someone steals from a woman, he's not chayav to pay kefil. And the Pnei Moshe adds in over here, Elohim Beis Ish comes to exclude Elohim Beis HaShoyel. In other words, if someone for some reason who steals from a show, it's not Chayiv Kefil. Straight Gemara, what kind of crazy thing is that? Kalatz mein kasav re'ehu ela b'shoyel, right? It's re'ehu, right? If you eat nishal re'ehu, if I give it to somebody, so obviously we're talking about a shoyel, right? The time haching, you tell me that some of the whole pasuk of kefil comes is by re'ehu, which is a euphemism for shoyel. You tell me that he should be potter. Why would he be potter from kefil? Okay, that's what he wants. Ene goin wach gan misham tshul mi kefer vloy mochem ech gan sham misham tshul mi aber kham ish sagt die gemara gon aven igne vi men no wach kach nim sagen nee vil mi mishalem. So what happens if someone steals and then somebody else steals it from the ganav and now they find the ganeva? So who does it go back to? Does it go back to Rishon, Sheni, or the Shneyem, according to some shatim? So Gemara says, let's see. Ganav v'nigvim someone who steals and now it's stolen from him. V'tafsu ba'alam es hasheni. And ba'alam come, they chap the second guy. V'nish balem, and he swears to them. Now, the Ganav Sheni swears to the ba'alam. Now, and he swears falsely. So the question is he chayav a carbon shvua? So in time min hasheni that the ba'alam has a right to take it from the sheni, maybe carbon al shvua, because this was a shvua that he made falsely to get himself out of a chiyav moment, and therefore he's chayav to bring a carbon for that. In time that the owner has no right to take it from the second ganav, he'd have to go back and contend with the first ganav. In that case, that shvua was not to pat himself for money because he wouldn't have paid anyway, since the Baal has no right to take it from him. So their case, any maybe carbon shvua. How about the ganav and ignav mimenu? And then the guy does tshuva v'nimlach hasheni lahachzir. So who does he give it back to? So now the guy goes and steals it from the original ganav. And now the Ganav Sheni wants to give it back. He's charota. So in tem yachzel bailim. If you say he goes back directly to the bailim, in that case, pamim shemo din leganav. So no one will notify the first ganav that it was already given back, and for all you know, he can come after the second guy for stealing from him. In tem you can tell me yachzel ganav, pamim shemo din lebailim, who eventually will come and want to take it, or want to get it back. So the Pnei Moshe points out that at some point he's going to get paid. The original is going to get paid for it. So he says Pshat is that v'afal, and I'll just read it from the Pnei Moshe in Temi Achzir. So Zok Pnei Moshe in Temi Achzir leGanav Rishon, that the Ganav Sheni gives it back to the Ganav Rishon, not to the owner. Shiganav Imenu, that he stole it from Nami in Takana. That's also not a Takana. Why? Lefishal Famim Hu Lo Yadila Bailam Shohuchzra Agnev Liyada, because the Gan of Rishon may never tell the original owner that it was given back to him. At the end of the day, once the Gan of Rishon gets it back, he has to repay it to the original owner. Right, so Enochanami at some point will go and pay him back, but he may not pay him back the original item. And they'd rather get back the original item. So what do you do over here? So the case said, yeah, so what do you do? If they have no choice, you have to give back to the Baal. Make sure that the Gan of Rishon is there. So therefore you can be Yotze all the Shittas.